This is the GFX 100 the second, and today I'm going to share with you my first impression about this medium format camera. First of all, when it comes to the body of the GFX, I would say that it is very sleek, the design is very interesting and very good in hand. Yes, it is built like a brick, like a workhouse, but it doesn't feel like something extremely heavy like you would expect from a medium format camera. The camera feels solid but has extremely good ergonomics, and the rubber kind of finish is very interesting and very good. It would be interesting for Fujifilm to bring this kind of design on the X series camera, and overall I'm very happy with the handling so far. Now, while the body itself is not that heavy, the lenses that come with it definitely are. So far I have tried the 110mm f2, the 80mm f1.7, as well as the 32 to 64mm f4. And with those three lenses, I think that a lot of you have asked me this in my community section. I don't think that I would ever take this kind of system for a street photography session. Yes, it is much more portable than the previous generation medium format. However, it is still a thick and heavy system in hand. And even with my 90 kilos, I still feel tired after carrying it around for a few hours. However, I did experiment with it in a lot of situations, so make sure you subscribe to the channel to see more about this camera. Another very good surprise about this system is the EVF and the screen. The EVF quality is just amazing. When you put your eyes in the EVF, it feels like another world compared to the existing EVF that I've tested before. The screen quality as well feels extremely solid, and I have total confidence that it will last for a long time. If you compare it, for example, with the screen of the X-T5, which has basically the same mechanism but less robust, it's definitely night and day. When it comes to battery life, the GFX uses the same battery as the Fujifilm X series cameras, the newest ones, and while on the X series it's completely more than enough, on the GFX series, I would say that the battery sometimes, it's better to work with 2 to 3 batteries with this system, especially if you're going to shoot 8K or if you're going to shoot a lot of burst, because, well, let's face it, it's a much bigger system, a much heavier system, so the battery are drained much faster. When it comes to image quality and depth of field, well, lately I've been using quite a lot of range of camera for my reviews with Pro News, and I would say that when I go from APS-C to full frame, I don't see that much of a change, especially in terms of image quality and depth of field. However, when I went from full frame to medium format, or from APS-C to medium format, that's the most change that I felt. So if you're looking for a huge difference in the system that you use, try medium format and you will definitely see the difference. The bokeh, the smoothness of the color, the way you can play with the color that much in post, and also the resolution is just amazing. So definitely I see a much bigger gap between full frame to medium format and APS-C to medium format than what I see between APS-C and full frame, basically. When it comes to the autofocus of this system, I'm happy to say that the tracking works pretty well. I've used it on people, a bit on animal. I still have to work and use it for cars, but overall the tracking works well. However, we're talking of heavy glass here, and because you have this heavy glass to move, well, the autofocus is not as good as other systems, like let's say full frame or APS-C on the X-H2S. So it works well, you will get decent results, but don't expect perfect tracking all the time. And again, I will come up with more videos with more tests of autofocus, so make sure that you subscribe to get to know more about this camera. And a final point for this first impression video, I would say that it's great to have vectors waveform on this camera. It works really well. You can easily play with the layout of those particular tools on your screen. So that's a very welcome addition, and I hope that we are going to see it very soon on the X-H2S as well. Alright, so let me know what you want to know about this camera for future videos. Thank you for watching today's video, and if you want to know more about the GFX 100 the second, then subscribe to the channel.